Alright, hello and welcome to the video, guys. So we're going to be looking at the even 90 on Malinovka, but first I just want to give you some channel updates. There's a possibility I might be starting Twitch. The only reason I say this is because I know that if you guys watch Steel Guts, Kevin, he's been having a lot of problems with his back, and I haven't spoken to him about this yet, but I'm wondering if he would entertain the idea of having me do a stream, or maybe not even in his place, but just start like a Twitch stream, and he can recommend my channel, and we can run through the exact same kind of count-ins and the way he does his stream, right? I'm going to do it just like him. If he wants to do that, I set my Twitch channel up to start streaming. I can only do it in 720, but I'm willing to do that. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I know he's been having a lot of issues with his back, and I want to try and help him out in any way I can. He's been, a great CC, and he is my clan leader, so he's just been a great dude, and if that's something that he would be willing to do, I'd be willing to talk to him about it. But I kind of just set things up just in case I want to entertain that idea and possibly talk to him about it. So that's that. You can go follow my Twitch channel if you want. It's Whirls, WOTWHIRLS, Whirls. But there's nothing on there yet. I just did a couple of test streams and it seems like everything is working, but I don't know if I'm actually going to be doing that. Like I said, I really only want to do it in place of him if he needs that support, because I'm not really a Twitch person, man. I don't want to start streaming like every single week, but if that's the case, I will do it, but it's more just to support him and run it the same way, and et cetera, right, guys? I just want to be a supportive dude, being in his clan, and that I've been doing YouTube for a couple years. I want to help where I can. So that's everything about Twitch. Also, I am trying to get my audio to sound a little bit better. So I didn't get a new headset. Well, I should say I got a new headset, but I'm not using it because the mic wasn't as good. So I did put some foam on this mic. I'm trying to foam up the walls in case I'm going to be doing Twitch, so the sound is a little bit better and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys can hear me just as well. I don't think this foam has changed much, but I did put it on there to try and improve the quality, and I think that's really it. But I really wanted to talk to you guys about Twitch. I know several people have asked me, do you have a Twitch account? And I said no, because I don't really like streaming, but I am willing to do it if it would help people out. And I know a lot of people like Kevin's stream and like doing the count-ins. I love it, and I've been missing out on it, so I figured, why not? I can just do it for him. Like, I can take over and we can get going, because I'm in the same clan, so it all works out really well, right? But I don't have any followers, so I really need him to kind of support me there. So it's just an idea I had, right? So I figured, why don't I just set it up while I can, right? So I have everything ready to go on Twitch. I have the output resolution downscaled and all that crap, man. So anyway, guys, let's get into this game. This was a pretty crazy game in the even 90. It ended up being just under 15 minutes. I won't spoil anything for you yet, but we have 8 spots. We have 1,600 spotting damage so far. And again, Malinovka, even 90, Prokhorovka, even 90. Like, these are two words that I always like to hear together, so I'm always going to want to be in this tank when it's a map like this, because the concealment is just wild, right? I have my concealment at, I believe, 54.58%, and yeah, that's just insane, right? So anytime I'm in this tank on a map like this, it's going to be great. Now, take a look at what we're doing here. You saw that the even 90 pressed me over here, right? I decided to come out of this bush because I was getting blind fired. I don't really like sitting here for a very long time. So I came out of here, didn't see the even 90 anywhere, so I decided to make the push into this bush. And then eventually it was just bad timing. When I pushed here, he ended up pushing me here. Somehow he got away. Like, I missed the shot a couple times. But now we're going to be in this bush line. So what I'm going to start doing now that we've kind of caught up here, you can see that they have the hill 1. And it's crazy to me, like, I don't know how we were able to hold this. I really don't know, guys. We have like 4 or 5 people just sitting here, and their whole team won the hill. And I have no idea how we didn't like lose this, but you will see what happens. Let's fast forward now. And you'll see I spot the Iron Army here, and we're going to go really quick, guys, because I just want to get to the end part of this video. Like, everyone's seen this kind of gameplay. I like to talk strategically. We aren't just going to be doing a full replay here. You guys know you can go elsewhere if you want to see, like, just a standard replay without any commentary, but I really like to talk to you guys about the strategy behind it. And, you know, these parts get boring when you're just sitting in a bush. So I come back to this area, and the reason I do this is because they have the hill, so I figured what I can do by sitting in this bush is spot up in this area, but also spot this area. And if someone comes up in this area, you're really just trying to put yourself where you'll be spotting the most people. And another thing I wanted to talk about in this video before I forget is I can't stand people that play light tanks, run out in like the first 2 minutes of the game, spot like 10 people, and then die on their way back or whatever, and they complain. They're like, WTF, what is everybody doing? Like, you know, I spot these people and no one gets shots, because I saw this recently in a game where a light tanker was complaining, like, yo, I spotted everybody, what are you guys doing? And I want to so badly say to them, like, dude, it doesn't work like that. Like, that's not how the game works. You can't just run out, spot a bunch of people, and expect everybody to be ready and take shots at them like they have aim bots or something. Like, it doesn't work like that, man. So what I like to do is always put myself where I'm going to be spotting the most people, but also spotting people over time and keeping them lit, right? That's the most important thing, and not dying myself. So passive scouting is the king when it comes to that. And if you can find a bush that puts you in an area where you're going to be spotting people in multiple locations, always do it, right? So trust me, I'm not a perfect player, but play it like I'm playing it here, and don't do one of those crazy things where you run like this or something like that and try and spot everybody and then run down in here into the trees to try and get away and shit. Don't do that, man. It's just like, it's so dumb. It's really dumb, and you're going to die, and then people are going to be blind, and then you can complain and be like, oh, well, you guys should have supported me, but like, who the heck right now is going to hit someone all the way over here? Like, everyone's over here. They don't have shots. You know what I mean? So that's, I just want to emphasize that, guys. So I'm going to spot the Arnie here. Going to get back in this bush line. And this guy's like, you know, stop your advance, man. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to sit in here because, like, people need some urgency, right? Eventually I say in the chat, like, guys, we need some urgency here. Like WTF, you know, because everyone is sitting back in here. There's only like 2 tanks in here, but they continue to own a lot of this map, and we need to kind of start to try and take some of the map back. Like, I wouldn't mind if someone tried to pull up into here maybe, or something like that. I don't know. I know that they have this one, but we just need a little bit of movement, right? Like, at some point, someone has to make some moves. So we're at 4 minutes. Keep that in mind. We're at 4 minutes in the game. Now we're at 3.5. We're going through this very quickly, and you can see how nobody is moving, right? You wouldn't think I'm on like 8 times or whatever right now, because no one is having any urgency. I said, guys, some urgency, press W. You know, 2 minutes left. And Minotauro is still up here, Artie's hitting him. And I said, you all haven't moved the whole game. I don't like to be toxic like this, man, but it's the truth. Like, no one has done anything. Like, everyone is just sitting. And eventually we need to start trying to think about how to bring this game to a close, right? You can sit there and draw if you want, but I like to always go for the win. So I come out now, I'm running after Artie, and I get him here. Gonna put 3 shots into him, I'm spotted. Get him, put him back in the garage, right? And now I'm gonna continue on my way to go after the Iron Arnie, because at this point, like, there's 1 minute left in the game. Like, I need to start making some sort of play here to try and win us the game. So now I'm going to push towards the like southwest spot where the Iron Arnie is down here, and we're going to be able to get 3 shots into this guy. You will see that here. I get 1 there into this turret, it looks like, another into the back of the tank, and then the 3rd into the side of the tank. This guy hits me once, I believe, and it goes off like the corner of my turret or something like that. He's pushing me, he's pushing me, he's pushing me, and if you didn't notice this before, I'm not going to go back. The RHM was sitting in here. The RHM ended up dying to the T-30 and Conway. I think the STRV actually got the cleanup kill on him. And then the Minotauro is up here, and I believe the RHM is able to clean him up. So based on the timing, we have 34 seconds. We got really, really lucky. because all of this happened in like the last minute of the game. But here's where this game gets really, really hilarious. Watch the Iron Arnie, and you might be able to predict what's going to happen here. He pushes me into the water, and then because he's a much heavier tank and all that, he ends up falling into the, you know, water over here, and he's not able to get out. I'm able to get out, and he ends up dying with 17 seconds left. So this guy honestly could have thrown the game for them, because I don't know if the Conway would have made it here to get the shot into him in the next, I don't know, 16 or 17 seconds, and I was still on the reload, right? So it's very possible that this guy threw the game, you know. I shoot him one more time there, kind of as a joke, and that's the game, guys. Like, the only damage I pretty much took was from this dude ramming me. Yeah, that was it, and that's the game. So 14 minutes and 47 seconds, or whatever the heck this game was, it ended with only a couple seconds left, and it's just crazy to me how much happened there at the very end of the game. The Minotauro was cleaned up, the RHM was spotted and cleaned up, and this guy dove into the water, and unfortunately they lost the game. We did, I think it was 4,100 after everything spotting here, and 1,600 damage. So, you know, pretty remarkable, right? So, let me just, is this in windowed mode? Is that why I'm getting this? See how this is in parentheses over here? I don't know why it does that. It's kind of weird. But anyway, let's get a quick thumbnail here. Looks pretty good. All right. And we'll back out, and I'm going to show you guys the end plates. So hopefully you enjoyed this game. It was pretty fun and entertaining, especially at the last moment there. And we made a crap ton of coin for this because of the boosters and the holiday ops bonus. So I think I already had them open, so they're open twice, but that's all right. So we got first class. We got these two badges, 4,100 spotting damage, 1,600 damage, and I was top by experience here. And yeah, this team played very well. You can see how well the damage is kind of spread out here that we did. So that's always a good sign, you know. This BZ only did 86 damage, which is pretty crazy. But you can see the rest of the team, like the T30 had a good amount of damage. The STRV had 1K damage there. That's all right. The Leopard had 2,700. Object 140 had 2,100. TNH had 2,300. KBZ had 3,300. Like, a lot of people had a lot of damage, which is good. That means we had a well-rounded team, right? And looks like their RHM played very well, but he just got spotted there at the end. It was unfortunate. These two guys played very well. They both had 4K, and that was the game, guys. I mean, look at this coin, 219K plus the credit reserve, and we fired 14 shots. We only hit 8, but we penned 8, so that's really nice. The even 90 is not an accurate vehicle, so I'm never going to complain about like missing shots in this tank, really. Spotted 9 vehicles, and yeah, I mean, the stats kind of show a very standard game for me on Malinovka. 4K spotting, I would say, is it's almost average, like depending on how the game goes, but you would expect to have high expectations in a light tank on Malinovka or Prokhorovka. And yeah, guys, so if you're not running a day of premium, at least with your maxed out holiday ops bonus, I would suggest doing it and playing a premium. Like, you can literally make like over 1 million coin in under an hour if you play and win, which I know is difficult with holiday ops matchmaking, but it's worth it. Like, just burn a day of premium. It's worth it, even if it's like $2 or whatever the heck. But I would suggest that you get it, because the amount of coin you can get will save you from having to buy more gold for the next month or 2 months or however much you play World of Tanks, right? I've talked about how I have this vehicle set up. You can take a look at everything yourself here. We've been on the end plates long enough, but yeah, I talk through everything so much that I'm not even going to bother. Just notice the low noise exhaust here and 54.58% concealment, man. It's just wild, right? So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed in the even 90. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.